मैकेनिज्म ऑफ मशीन, ये पहले 8 पेज की समरी है जो है। दो लिंक को अलग अलग तभी माना जाएगा जब वो एक दूसरे से रिलेटिव मोशन करेगी। जैसे कि ये दो उंगलियाँ, ये 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 दोनों पेज में रिलेटिव मोशन है, इसलिए दिस आर टू डिफरेंट फिंगर्स, दिस वाई दिस आर टू different links. For suppose this hand and this are two different links, because this can move relative to this. That's why these are two different links. Yeah. The formula of degree of freedom is 3 in bracket n minus 1 bracket complete minus 2j minus h, where j represents the number of lower pair and h represents the number of higher pairs. Now what lower pair means? Lower pair means having degree of freedom 1, and the combination which are there in lower pair are first turning pair. Turning pair means pin joint. If two links are jointed by a pin, then that is a lower pair. Second is sliding pair. Something is sliding is a lower pair. Now what is meant by higher pair? Two gears mating are higher pair. Cam follower is a higher pair. Spring is a higher pair. Rolling motion is a higher pair. Higher pair means point contact. And a wrapping joint means belt and pulley joint is a higher pair. One higher pair is equal to two lower pair. When sometimes in question, if you see spring, replace it with this. If you see spring, replace it with this. One higher pair is equal to two lower pairs. And then find the degree of freedom. What is meaning of equivalent mechanism is, equivalent mechanism means converting the higher pair to lower pair, and the degree of freedom should be same. If by solving higher pair if you are getting degree of freedom 1, then converting into lower pair you should get the degree of freedom 1. And the one important point is, do not think of silly questions which have never come in exam and will never come in exam. Like you may think hard questions, but they have not arrived and they may not be in our syllabus. Now binary joint. A pin and two links is called a binary joint. A pin and three links is called Turner joint. And when you see this Turner joint is equal to two binary joint. So while calculating number of j, binary joint is taken as 1, Turner joint is taken as 2. Now what is meaning of degree of freedom 1? So degree of freedom all the question in velocity analysis, all the mechanism which we'll see in velocity analysis will have degree of freedom 1. Why? Degree of freedom 1 means if you just give input to the input output is a definite, just one output can be there for one input. That means if you give just omega of one link, you can find omega of all the links. That's why in velocity analysis, or after this chapter, every chapter will have a mechanism which will have degree of freedom 1. So this was the page. I will take a screenshot of this page, not screenshot, photo of this page. And now the next topic is finding degree of freedom. Of many questions are there of finding degree of freedom. Redundant link formula is very stupid and has never been asked. It's just for show of formula. 3n minus 1 minus 2j minus h minus number of redundant links. So what is a redundant link? Redundant link means a link whose presence is not mattered. Like you remember that question. In this question, the center link has no use. Even if it's not there, nothing will happen. And second, redundant link can be, in this case, in the first case, you just remove it. In the second case, the redundant link can be like what do you say? That square side slider. If it slides, it does not affect the motion of other links. So that is type of redundant link, and you have to minus one this from the whole equation. Now this is the type of redundant links. Yes, do not solve real life 3D questions for DF. DF questions are very simple and straightforward 2D figures. So no worries to be there. So just this was there in 8 pages. Just 6 minutes 3 seconds, 8 pages over. Not again revise.